It is coming to summer. We are your hosts. I am Ryan Superbad Sharp. That is J. Bean Martin. Today we're doing another quick one for you. We're discussing the Netflix price hike and shared accounts restrictions, correct? As if they weren't squeezing dimes out of everybody already.
I believe the thing I don't like that they do, I'll jump right into it, is that they charge for 4K, man.
Yeah.
Like if you want to stream in 4K,
package. Yeah.
There's an HD package. It's like a standard, an HD, and a 4K package, which is
garbage.
What?
Yeah. That's what I like about
think
the other
HBO
two.
doesn't charge me anything. Yeah, HBO Max and Disney Plus doesn't charge me extra to watch things in 4K.
Disney Plus.
And Disney Plus just got fancy and started doing the IMAX and whatnot.
Dude. So and they don't charge
it's
you
not
any extra.
It's not an extra $5 a month for me to watch IMAX stuff.
Nope. You don't even need to rent the IMAX stuff either. Like it's not even it's no extra price. Yeah. So.
And as you guys listen to this channel, Oh, sorry. Say you'll understand. I'm not a Disney apologist. I mean, I like Pixar movies and some Disney movies, but I am not a Disney does no wrong guy. I hate that. I can't stand.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're not. Yeah.
People that do that with any corporation, but Disney especially. I mean,
they make
they're not
good movies,
by any means.
Yeah, but just like all companies.
I just mean in this particular situation. I just wanted to get that out there. I'm not a Disney defender.
Well. It may seem like that because Disney's is in control of everything now. So like,
yeah, but
the more
you're not wrong.
About, like all the properties will always go back to like Disney.
But do you see? I mean, like, okay, it's hard to describe. It's not. I don't subscribe to like any corporation because they're corporations. You know what I mean? I might have my favorites over garbageier corporations. You know what I mean?
But they're all pretty shifty.
But they're all not. Once you make billions of dollars in your market cap. Chances are you're probably up to no good in some capacity, probably, in my opinion.
Maybe. Yeah, that ain't all cartoon mouses and dancing foxes. Yeah, no way.
Shut your mouth, huh?
Yeah.
So, if I'm just going to show you the difference of corporation and how they're run, though, right? Netflix increases the price, which, by the way, they are still the largest streamer worldwide. Because, they're available in more markets than pretty much everybody else.
That's cheating, though.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. If we have our show available in more countries than other people, is that unfair to other people, or should they just get their...
Should they just get their shit everywhere? All right. Fair enough. No, I buy that.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Why is Netflix so, like, money hungry, though? Like, do they need... Because they
That's what I was trying to get to. I'm sorry. So they'd announced a price hike, and then rumors came out about something else we'll talk about in a second. And then why that happened, Disney said, we're also going to increase the price, but at the same time, we're also going to introduce a package with ads where we reduce the price or it's free.
Right.
You want to talk about flanking.
Version. Yeah.
Right? You want to talk about flank Netflix. I mean, you don't think there are going to be parents that do the cheap or the free version or whatever it is?
Do the opposite one, And they probably would because there's more kid stuff on... Disney Plus, so
it also reminds me of like when Sony let Microsoft go first at E3, and Microsoft buried themselves, and Sony changed their entire playbook because they were basically doing everything Microsoft was going to do. But when they saw the terrible reception, they said, "We're not doing any of that, and we're going to do the opposite." As soon as it's our press conference, and that changed the entire video game landscape for the last 10 years, just about.
Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? It's perception. I mean, Disney sits there and waits for Netflix to and now we have Netflix who hates people watching Netflix outside your house. It doesn't matter, Ryan, if I pay for the most I'm allowed to have 4 or 5 or 6 people on my account.
It can't be out of your
house. They all
house,
have to live in that address, and
now
they'll have to be there.
I'm going to paint you a scenario. If I'm
get the brush out.
If I'm headed to a friend's house and I'm like, yo, let's watch fucking Adam Project, right? That's the newest Netflix thing, right? And they're like, yo, bro, I don't have Netflix, I'm an HBO Maxer, right? It's like, wouldn't you want me to then turn on a Netflix thing so that dude goes, this is on Netflix? I can watch that. Maybe I'll subscribe to Netflix. But
not to mention,
if I'm at a different house, I can't sign into my own account that I paid.
Well, now because they're going to question you, and then you're going to have to verify and go through 6 more steps to prove that it is indeed you.
You can get 2 address swaps, home address swaps in a calendar year. So once a year, you can go over to your friend's house twice and watch Netflix with them.
Now, here's the screwed up part. Here's why, and people, and I know there's people you guys are watching, there's people listening, and they'll say, well, if you want more, you should have to pay for more, and blah, 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 blah. That's not fair, and yada, yada, and you're taking advantage. Okay. Here's the thing, though. Netflix already has, if you pay for 4 people are allowed to watch something, 4 screens, okay? The 4-screen plan or whatever.
Sure.
If you try to put on a 5th screen, it will not work. It will say, too many screens are currently streaming Netflix.
Yep.
You can't watch this. So I don't understand the problem and why they have to do this whole. Spotify is the same exact way, by the way.
Oh, really?
They send you like data proof. That's why it's funny that they're flying under the radar on this. But they make you verify through a bunch of stuff. Then you have to. There's exceptions if your kid's going to college. You have to prove that they're like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They get really, really.
Weird.
They want everybody paying the expensive plan, not the family plan. So. And like you said, a family plan is everyone has to live under the same address. Again, I think that's bullcrap because if I have kids, and I do, and if my daughter goes to college in California, why should I have to now pay extra for her to watch Netflix on my family plan because she went to college?
Yeah.
Well, because she doesn't live at your house anymore. It's like, right, but she has her entire life while I've had Netflix, and now that she's going to college, she has to pay extra? That's
bullshit.
That's the stupidest... It's like, it's not a scam. Like I'm saying, people might say, oh, well, you're like signing it in everybody's house. Again... You could go. Ryan right now could go have the 4 or 5 screen package and go sign in 50 people's houses. But guess how many people are going to be able to watch it because he's got it on 4 other people. 4 other people besides him are going to be able to watch it. He could sign into 1,000 people. They already have it to where you're not going to be able to screw them that way.
Right.
So I just don't understand.
If you're at a different house, it won't kick off the person who's already watching Netflix, so you can watch.
It tells
Netflix.
you're screwed.
Right.
So.
Why?
And I mean, they've been bitching forever about
now
this stuff,
things,
but now they're like, really going hard. So that just makes me not want to not subscribe to Netflix. Now, luckily, I have, and they're not a sponsor or anything, but I just switched to T-Mobile, and we have like free Netflix now, so I don't have to.
Fair enough.
I don't, and I've upgraded to the 4K. I think it's like I pay like $3 a month or $4 a month, so I'm like whatever.
Yeah.
And then they got me Paramount Plus free and Apple TV free for a year and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm just saying they're lucky because it's free. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Wouldn't be doing it. Yeah.
Well,
what's on Netflix? Nothing.
Their exclusive stuff lately has been.
Nothing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Space Force
canceled a lot of stuff.
Disenchantment, I
They've
guess.
Canceled stuff.
Yeah,
Space Force.
The only thing.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm behind on Big Mouth, but I can't lie. I really like that show, and I know there's a spin-off that started.
BoJack Horseman.
Their animation's strong.
Yeah.
They definitely have it down in the animation department. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Shit.
But I don't know, man. If I had to pick one to pay for, probably HBO because HBO's back catalog is
insane,
way stronger.
Yeah. You know what you're getting with Disney Plus? It's like Marvel, Star Wars, Disney,
also
Pixar, so it's like if you've seen all of those and don't really want to have the mood to watch them right now, just unsubscribe, and then when you do, just resubscribe.
Resubscribe.
HBO Max is probably the one you would want to keep. You get 4K stuff. They do pretty close to date new movie
45
releases.
days after the movies come out. Yep, it's on there.
Last year was like the best year to have HBO Max.
It was. Yeah.
Day one theater movies on HBO Max, and it's like, yes.
See, Netflix is going to get blockbustered, and I know a lot of people say, well, it's different because that media is dead and nobody filled that vacuum, so you can't compare. But here's why I can't compare. They're making terrible business decisions. And they went from the only relevant streamer that everybody dumped their content on to now everyone has their own streaming service, basically. Not everyone yet. I know Sony and Netflix cut a deal. But for the most part, that well is running dry. Mm-hmm. So what happens when you 100% have to lean on your own
content?
In-house stuff, 100%.
Like originals?
100%.
Yeah,
not just like technically originals, but you made a deal with Sony to produce this, with Sony Television, or you made a deal, you know what I'm saying? None of that. I mean, like once it gets to the point where all of a sudden Sony has a streaming service, or they work something out with Paramount or whoever else, and they go away after this 5-year deal with Netflix, what happens then?
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Peacock is barely hanging on.
Adam projects, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's going to be some garbage.
And how long? But see, how long? We've talked about this off air before. How long can you sustain that? Even with 100 million subscribers, paying even if you're making 20, you know what I mean? Like
nobody's gonna care if you don't have Batman or Doctor Strange or whatever new movie.
You can't pump out $200 million blockbusters weekly because you've got a business. Because you've got a business. Because you can't make that revenue back.
Right.
I mean, it's a streaming subscription service. You're not going to have a movie that tears off $2 billion.
No.
I mean, you know they're going to cut back deals and ad revenue and product placement and all of that. But when you start getting out of control, Disney, the same thing. They're not going to be able to keep, like, the theater can't die because none of these places will be able to put out what has been put out in the past because the budget will not allow it unless we're paying $50 a month to subscribe to the Blockbuster,
right? You
know what I mean? Movie plan on Universal to watch Fast and Furious or whatever because there's just no way. You know what I'm trying to say? Even 100 million people. I mean, paying $10 a month, you know, that's what, $1 billion a month, and after taxes and everything like that, then you're into the hundrds of millions.
You're nowhere close
how many
to
movies?
A box office, you know, like.
Do you see? That's what I'm saying. Do you see, like, how many movies can you make off $600 million revenue every month? Keep in mind, you have to pay for everything else. Your infrastructure, your servers. You take up 40% of the internet globally, basically half the time.
We make 200 grand movies now.
Right. Like, that's eventually what's going to happen. Seriously.
You can't make a movie.
You can't keep. This cannot stay sustained.
No.
All these companies that are saying we're spending $20 billion on content, all this, it can't stay sustained.
Maybe that's why, because they're fucking drowning. So they're like, we got to grift everyone, you know, and pray to God that that we don't
something catches,
that we don't like sync, that people don't tell us to F off and like unsubscribe. You know, we gotta squeeze all the money out of people so we can make good content so they keep giving us money.
Why we can.
Like, they have fucked themselves.
There's a reason,
so hard
dude,
that like if
everyone has.
You can just cut
There's
that,
a reason Disney just increased their prices again.
Yeah.
Like, and not just, for parks.
Oh, really?
If you know what I mean? You can't just, even if, what are they at, 80 million? I gotta pull up their exact numbers, but
with like COVID and everything too, they were like,
even at 80 million subscribers, they would, again, what's Disney Plus a month? I can't even remember. What is it, like $7 a month, $9 a month?
It's pretty
$8.
Pretty doable. That's like what Netflix used to be, you know, and you get.
So what's that, six?
Everything.
So they make about $750 million a month. Okay, and I know that sounds like astronomical, ridiculous amounts of money, and it is. But
a month,
Think about how much a Marvel movie cost.
Right.
But think about how much one Marvel movie cost.
Yeah.
200. That's 1/3 of your budget off the month on one movie, and you're having infrastructure, employees, property, taxes.
Yeah.
Taxes, that's a joke because big companies. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Taxes.
Yeah. Disney's at 118 million subscribers.
Wow.
So they're making roughly, they're closer to about $1 billion a month. But again.
Jesus. And that's just with Disney Plus too, you know. Like.
Spider-Man made almost $2 billion by itself. Now. Yeah.
Wow.
And I know there's a box office split and how you have to, they only make like 55% back or up 45 to 55% back of the budget. But even that's $1 billion that movie made for Sony.
No, like
the one movie.
Sony, yeah. Yep.
The one movie.
Yeah.
You can't do. Netflix is at 213 million. This was the last update that I'm looking at on Screen Rant.
Wow.
213 million.
Okay.
Again,
Netflix?
That's all good now until you start losing.
Yeah.
Where's what? I got everything. Okay, so I got Peacock. Okay, so here you go.
What's the price of Netflix?
Wow, Crunchyroll is number.
Do we know?
Okay, I just had numbers. I didn't have the actual monthly plans. Oh yeah, I can just pull up the Netflix plans.
It's like $12, right? $12, $15.
Crunchyroll has 120 million subscribers. It's the third biggest streaming service.
Really?
In the world, and
Holy
Sony.
Shit.
That's Sony's.
Oh.
So there you go.
That's like the anime thing,
Don't think
right?
Sony can eventually. It is, but don't think they can't piggyback off the anime and turn it into everything.
That's very true.
So you get basic, standard, and premium for Netflix. $10, $15.49, so that's going to go up soon, and $19.99.
Jesus.
Number of screens, 1, 2, and 4. Number of phones or tablets, 1, 2, or 4. Unlimited, unlimited. No HD on the $10 a month.
Yeah.
No 4K on the $15.50 a month.
$20 for 4K.
$19.99 for 4K and 4 screens.
Holy shit!
$5 a screen, basically.
That's robbery. That's straight up robbery. $20 a month to have 4K Netflix movies. I don't care that much, dude. I would do HD maybe, you know.
So that's what I'm saying. So with T-Mobile, I pay like $250.
Okay, see that's
or probably now like $350. So I'm like, whatever. That's
but if you had to pay $20, you wouldn't pay.
No, I'm not paying $20. And again, I'm not doesn't sound like, oh, how cheap are you guys? But that's not paying $20 for what?
I don't watch Netflix that much unless I watched it every second of every day, and they were constantly putting out new content all the time.
We have too much time. We don't have enough time. I mean, I guess we need it technically for this, but you know.
But it's free now, so we're in the clear for a little bit. Yeah, man, that's horseshit. At least new streaming services aren't, you know, completely effing. I wouldn't count Hulu anymore because that's like cable, basically. You know.
Well, it depends what Hulu package.
Like Hulu
have,
Live,
I think.
you know, is basically like
cable. That's like $40 or $50 a month. Yeah. But that's like cable.
Right,
so.
Right. You're just paying for cable, but now it's called Hulu. All right. Well,
I'm done. I'm tapped. I don't want to yell anymore.
How much you think Netflix sucks in the comments?
Actually, how about this? Comment how much you think Netflix should cost a month. What's your opinion?
Oh, there you go. I think it should cost like pretty much the same as Disney Plus, like $8.
Yeah, I take $9.99 a month. I think that makes
$10.
Sense.
Yeah, that's doable. All right. Well, this has been Coming this Summer. We're your hosts. You're welcome.